Satan and his agents are cunning. They, it is written here, artfully. How they do things is described as artfully. It is very subtle. It is hard to discern. It is very hard to discern. That's why we really need God. We really need His help. While claiming himself perfect loyalty to God, he urged that changes in the order of laws of heaven were necessary for the stability of the divine government. So we can see here that he is playing both sides. He will say that I am loyal to God, but he is saying that change must be, there must be a change. Thus, while working to excite opposition to the law of God and to instill his own discontent into the minds of the angels under him, he was ostensibly seeking to remove dissatisfaction and to reconcile disaffected angels to the order of heaven. So, he wants other angels to be dissatisfied, and then he will say, I want you to be reconciled. I want reconciliation. But it is him who made them dissatisfied, while secretly fomenting discord and rebellion. He, with consummate craft, caused it to appear as his sole purpose to promote loyalty and to preserve harmony and peace. So, uh, as we see things unfolding around us in this earth, all the discord, everything that is happening, uh, troubles, those are from Satan and his agents. But they will be the one who will say, we want peace. We want peace. We want to stop all this confusion. Uh, we want to have harmony. That's how Satan works. While causing trouble, he will present himself as the solution. The spirit of dissatisfaction thus kindled was doing its baleful work. While there was no open outbreak, division of feeling imperceptibly grew up among the angels. There were some who looked with favor upon Lucifer's insinuations against the government of God. Although they had heretofore been in perfect harmony with the order which God had established, they were now discontented and unhappy because they could not penetrate his unsearchable counsels. They were dissatisfied with his purpose in exalting Christ. These stood ready to second Lucifer's demand for equal authority with the Son of God. So, when Lucifer was able to plant the seeds of dissatisfaction, it now grew in the hearts of the angels who followed him. And they were now ready uh, to fully back up Lucifer in whatever he is going to do. But angels who were loyal and true maintained the wisdom and justice of the divine decree and endeavored to reconcile these disaffected beings to the will of God. Christ was the Son of God. He had been one with him before the angels were called into existence. He had ever stood at the right hand of the Father. His supremacy, so full of blessing to all who came under its benignant control, had not heretofore been questioned. The harmony of heaven had never been interrupted. Wherefore should there now be discord? The loyal angels could see only terrible consequences from this dissension. And with earnest entreaty, they counseled the disaffected ones to renounce their purpose and to prove themselves loyal to God by fidelity to His government. So, wherever discord happens, those who are loyal to God must do their part to inform the others, to enlighten those who are disaffected, that uh, they might know their true condition, because God will show us where these things will go. God is showing us where every step, every decision is going to. There is a way that seemeth right in the eyes of men, but the end thereof are the ways of death. We may think that this is the right path, but because we are blinded by our own sin, because sin blinds us, it has a blinding effect. Others must show us the reality and the truth. In great mercy, according to his divine character, God bore long with Lucifer. The spirit of discontent and disaffection had never before been known in heaven, so this is a first time for them. It was a new element, strange, mysterious, unaccountable. So the angels didn't know what to do, how to confront these kinds of things, because this is new to them. Lucifer himself had not at first been acquainted with the real nature of his feelings. Even Lucifer did not know these things. For a time he had feared to express the workings and imaginings of his mind. Yet he did not dismiss them. So, uh, hopefully, when we are tempted to do wrong, I hope and I do pray that we are able to dismiss evil thoughts. I hope that we are able to dismiss evil thoughts. He did not see whither he was drifting, but such efforts as infinite love and wisdom only could devise were made to convince him of his error. So praise God. God will always do everything that can be done to show us if we are sinning, to convince us of the wrong that we are doing. His disaffection was proved to be without cause, and he was made to see what would be the result of persisting in revolt. So we will really know uh, by the truth that will be preached through all the world. All the inhabitants of this world will know what is right and what is wrong. And we will also know where we will be going if we continue doing what is wrong. Lucifer was convinced that he was in the wrong. So, uh, many times, many times in our lives, people, when we are in the wrong, some other person will be able to convince us that we are wrong. We will see, but how we react to that, it will be up to us. So, Lucifer understood that he was wrong. he knew that he was wrong. He saw that the Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works, that the divine statutes are just, and that he ought to acknowledge them as such before all heaven. Had he done this, he might have saved himself and many angels. So, if Lucifer just confessed that, oh, I really was wrong, he might have saved himself and many angels. He had not at that time fully cast off his allegiance to God. So, while probation lingers, there will really be a chance to go back to God, to follow Him, to obey Him, to become loyal once again to Him. Though he had left his position as covering cherub, yet if he had been willing to return to God, acknowledging the Creator's wisdom, and satisfied to fill the place appointed him in God's great plan, he would have been reinstated in his office. So this is how God works too. Even though we have committed the sin, uh, I just make humanity as an example. We were made humans. We were made humans. But if we choose God, if we choose God and be saved, we will be exalted more than humans. We will become as the angels. So we can see how God is beneficent, how He loves to give, how He loves to give. Uh, we are sinners, but He wants us to become more than humans if we uh, pledge our allegiance to Him. So that's how giving our God is. The time had come for a final decision. He must fully yield to the divine sovereignty or place himself in open rebellion. So, when the time comes that all the truth that needs to be presented is presented, it will be our turn to choose. It will be our turn to choose. And our choice will be where it is where our destiny will be. He nearly reached the decision to return. So Satan, because he was convinced, he realized that he was wrong. So he thought, I should, I should return. But what happened? But pride forbade him. So this thing called pride really is a dangerous thing. It really is a very dangerous thing. Pride forbade him. It was too great a sacrifice for one who had been so highly honored to confess that he had been in error, that his imaginings were false, and to yield to the authority which he had been working to prove unjust. Uh, Saying sorry is a hard thing to do, especially when pride is still in our hearts. But if we are able to overcome pride, saying sorry is easy. Saying sorry is easy. Accepting the reality that we have sinned and we did wrong will become easy. But if there is pride, even if it's just a small amount, then there will always be something that will hinder us from making a decision to return to God. Lucifer had at first so conducted his temptations that he himself stood uncommitted. So, when Satan works and his agent works, they will show themselves uncommitted. They will say things that, uh, you know, I don't really like this, but it may be right. He's just saying that this is wrong, but it could be right also. This is bad, but it's okay, just like that. The angels whom he could not bring fully to his side, he accused of indifference to the interests of heavenly beings. So Satan and his agents will accuse. Uh, Satan is called the accuser of the brethren. So this is what his agents will do. They will accuse others of doing things that is in reality not true. He will make up stories because they're not siding with him. The very work which he himself was doing, he charged upon the loyal angels. He will say, oh, these are kingly powers. But in reality, the spirit that he is showing is the kingly power. Spirit of intolerance. He cannot accept if others does not think like he does. It was his policy to perplex with subtle arguments concerning the purposes of God. So, arguments, subtle arguments, to to confuse people, to confuse people. Everything that was simple is shrouded in mystery. Uh, God says that His words are simple enough for children to understand. But a lot of other people uh, saying that they are preaching present truth.